Hello, fellow travelers. This video comes from the previous one and from the last live session we had on the channel. Because after those, many of you were asking us about renting a car in Italy through Trayectis. So we decided to make this short video with all the key information to make it very useful for you.
It's one of those things you don't listen to, you just say yes. This is what we need.
On our last trip through Italy, which we showed in the latest video we uploaded, Italy by car, a winter road trip through charming villages. We chose Trayectis to rent the car because of how personalized their service is, among many other reasons, including the full insurance included. So now we're going to tell you everything about our experience from picking up the car to returning it.
Well, Claudio, it's a pleasure. When about 8 months ago we found out about your project, we loved it. I thought it was great. We told you that Claudio rents cars in Italy, big cars for those of us coming from America. We come with a lot of complicated luggage, and there are many of us.
There are many of us who travel as a family, and when we arrive, we come with all kinds of suitcases. Big ones, small ones, just like we always talk about with our travel companions.
Well, like I was saying, we loved it when you told us how the work system was. But anyway, today we're going to see it, we're going to start using it so we can tell you all about it and see how it works. But like I said, what happened to me was that you asked me for the information from my logbook, international logbook, and driver's license over WhatsApp, who was going to drive. And it caught my attention. Honestly, it had never happened to me before, but then I was surprised when 3 days ago I got the contract, ready to read in Spanish. Honestly, it's something that had never happened to us. If the rest of the experience is going to be like this is going to be fantastic, because honestly, I really like that things didn't happen the way they usually do. You arrive at the airport, you go, and there's someone who gives you a contract to sign that they don't actually give you, and you don't have time to read, so you can't know what you're actually doing.
Basically signing.
Usually in another language. So honestly, it was great. Arriving at the airport, well, you'll see when we got to the airport that the transfer came to pick us up. Not having to wait for that.
Not having to look for the car parking area and then wait in line to get the car. Well,
how did you come up with this? How did you get here? Exactly. Well, good morning. Thank you. Thank you for renting with us, right? That was exactly the idea, right? What are you saying?
Thinking about an audience, that audience that comes from the other side of the ocean, a good audience like us.
Latinos? Mainly Latin Americans who obviously for many it's their first time traveling, and well, they often feel doubtful and uncertain, sometimes unsure how to handle themselves. So what we did was exactly that, eliminate all the bureaucratic parts that confuse people and waste their time. We anticipated that, we send it to them digitally so they can start reading the instructions on how to take the transfer. How do you get here to make it as little tedious and as little tiring as possible for the person arriving, because they're already coming with an hour of... So all that part was digitized, so now what you do is sign the contract digitally in just a few seconds. You automatically receive a PDF copy at your email address, and that is legally valid to present to any police checkpoint. So with that, you won't have any problems. We eliminated downtime and paperwork from signing, from waiting in line at counters. And then, on top of that, you know how they give you a key, you walk, you go through a lot with all the hazard lights on. What did you do? What did you do? Well, it's always tiring, right? After you get back from a trip, it's tiring. Well, all of that is obviously designed with the needs of the person arriving in mind, trying to make their life easier. Well, let's see if things from now on are also easy. Well, no doubt the difference is already huge. Honestly, we're delighted. Yes, delighted.
The truth is, yes.
We had never been given this service before. I'm very critical of car rental companies because they're always looking for something extra. Or the insurance, in your case, the insurance. In our case, it's precisely to avoid having to read or being shown a price. Wait, actually, you need to add this, right? Well, that's already included. For us, there's an additional investment. Our vehicles are fully insured, and we already offer that in the price. What you see, that's the price. What can be added are some extras on one hand, and then they sell them to you at the rental company. They sell them to you again. Exactly, that's right. Well, we have additional accessories if you need them, that's true, but the insurance is already covered. Yes, the accessories also seemed like a plus to me, like having a cooler, having thermoses. We offer them if you want, they're available. Impressive, and that's really good. Yes.
The truth is, yes.
Well, I don't know. Another thing that seemed like a difference to us is the assistance. We tried to use technology not so much to automate dealing with people, but to improve personalized communication. You don't chat with a robot, you chat with us. Because I think that mainly before I needed to ask a lot of questions. And they have a lot of questions, even about where they're going to pick up, where it's best for them to pick up the vehicle. A lot of people ask me for personalized deliveries, and also during the trip, for example, in complicated places with restricted traffic zones. What do? Do I go in or not? Well, we provide help. There are many hotels that already register the vehicle for you, so you're already registered and you don't have to pay. Anyway, so we try to provide that help, not in real time, but with a pretty good promptness, with a pretty significant speed. And we keep adding what is needed day by day.
Oh, so we're going to bother you during the trip then? Because we know that the Zona a Traffico Limitato zone in Italy is complicated. Sometimes we don't know whether to enter, whether not to enter, what to do. It's complicated, actually.
We've worked quite a lot. If you go to our website, on our internet page, we have a page dedicated to the blog. There are many articles that talk specifically about the topic of fines, how to avoid them, how to be careful, how to handle things. Honestly, so far the service has been splendid. Well, we'll see you when we get back to tell you how the experience went on.
How the experience continued.
Well, travel companion, here we are arriving in Rome to return the car. Thank you. The truth is that everything is going well. We just filled up with diesel as we asked them to do for us. Well, Claudio offered us the location of a nearby gas station, and well, here we are. Now we're 4 kilometers away from where we have to return the car, and honestly, everything was great, yes?
Honestly, it really was.
Now we leave the car here and they're going to take us to the airport. In our case, from there we're going to Rome. Thank you, but what we would usually do is go straight from the airport and then you leave, right? Well, back in Rome.
After a beautiful tour we've had, and well, you'll get to see it little by little in the videos. Honestly, we're really happy.
In summary,
and to wrap up, we want to tell you that the experience was very good and met all our expectations. For us, the strongest points were several. First, the personalized attention, which takes away a lot of extra fatigue, both before and during the trip. Second, full insurance is included, giving you peace of mind throughout the journey. And also, it ensures that the price you see at the time of purchase is the final price. And lastly, something that's not minor. The vehicles are new, comfortable, and very cozy. To request a quote and clear up any doubts, we're leaving the Trayectis website here on the screen, where you'll find all the ways to get in touch. If you make your reservation online, you can use the discount code we're showing on the screen. And if you prefer to contact Claudio directly, just mention that you're coming from Europa Accompagnata to get the discount.
well, it was a pleasure and we look forward to seeing you on board again. We'll be back in Italy soon and we'll be using the services.
Because Italy's amazing and now it's even more stunning.
Well,
See you around. See you. Thank you.
thank you.